When fear overtook me, I did not sway. I went to the left, but I did not stay. When fear overtook me, my heart was heavy. I could not breathe, I could not see, I could not move. But one day I looked up to you and I spoke to you, divine source, God. And you told me to let fear go. Hey y'all, so what's up? It's me. Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about fear. All right, y'all. Hey, it's me, cowriedragonwellness, Spiritual Essence 88, Infinite Peace 88, and Cacao. All right, so today we're going to have a discussion about fear, right? When you feel like something you want to create is threatened, what do you feel? Fear, right? And fear comes in many forms, right? When you feel like your life is threatened, your safety, you feel fear. Fear is not something that you're supposed to act as if it doesn't exist. Fear is a part of this duality, this world of duality, okay? And fear comes in many flavors. But fear, anxiety is under fear. Depression is under fear, right? So fear is this emotion that we feel. Remember, emotions, energy in motion, right? It is something that you feel internally and you exude it outside of you. So when you say, oh, he made me feel like this and he made me feel like that, in reality, if your emotions are within you, right? That means this is what you feel inside of you that no one else can really put on you, right? They can maybe trigger those emotions, but they can't really put those emotions onto you because it's something that you already have to have had inside of you. That's why you meet some people and they feel nothing. And you're like, because internally there's something missing. It's something that they had to have had internally. So they don't have it internally. So that means that this is something they just don't have within. So how can they show it outside of them? So people who are happy, joyful, filled with peace, that's something that they already feel inside of themselves. It's already inside, right? People that are angry, sad, depressed, or somebody who's multifaceted, that they can feel it all and they can feel it all in 1 minute and go back to who they really are because it's what they feel already. They have them already inside of them, okay? So whoever you are, right, you came across this video because maybe you're battling with fear. And who wouldn't, because of all the things that's happening within the world. But that's within the world. What is happening within you, right? We are also going through a battle internally as well as externally, okay? On a micro level and a macro level, right? So collectively, we're going through a battle. Individually, we're going through a battle. So understanding this battle with fear. The thing about fear is that most of what you're fearing is not even going to happen, right? There's a percentage, I don't know what, 70, 80 something percent chance that what you're fearing is not even going to, you're never going to even experience it, right? But then there's still that other percentage that there's still a possibility, right? And that's where you're afraid of, right? Whatever it is that you're fearful of, we're supposed to be able to, what I've been learning on my journey is to feel it. Feel what I need to feel. Because it allows my heart chakra to be open, right? Not to deny myself whatever experience or feeling I'm going to have, but to feel it and allow it to pass through me and not to stick to me. What's happening is when we're having anxiety and depression and, it's like the fears, we allowed it to stick to us. So with depression, it's like you're so far in the past. right? And then with anxiety, it's like you're so far in the future, okay? What about your now? Your now is what's really where you're going to see the changes, because there's nothing else that exists but now, in this moment. Who I am now is what exists. Nothing else exists outside of my now, right now. Even if it does, right? It's still not where I want to be, but my now. Because I don't want to be too far in the future. I want to be in my now, because whatever I have to learn and grow through right now is going to help me be prepared for whatever comes in my future. So I don't want to be too far in the future. I want to be in my now, because I have to learn and grow in my now. I have to make peace with whatever was in my past and my now. And so instead of focusing in on the fear, but understanding, overstanding what that fear is, why it's very prevalent in my life, okay, in this moment. So if I'm fearful of a loss of something, right, I have to dig deep into myself to understand, well, I feel lost. I feel like I'm losing, or I've lost something, okay? And whatever that loss is, taking that time to heal myself, to heal, okay? To heal from that fear, to get to know why, on the deepest of levels, why that fear is present. Okay? So it's just about getting to the root of it. Okay? We can't run around here being so fearful, because it's a low vibration. So it keeps us at a low frequency. So we have to just get to the root of it. And like, most of what we fear doesn't even exist or come to us, right? And I'm here to remind you that the power of your thoughts is the power of your words. So if you continue to focus in on your fears in a way that's not to heal them, to help them, to release them, right? But to just focus in because you're so worried about everything, right? You keep yourself at a stagnant state of being. And you want to overcome that stagnancy, right? So take this time, take deep breaths. See that fear. What is that fear? Is it a fear of losing a friend, losing a family, losing a home? Taking that time to see that fear and talk to that fear. And even if you're in the process of losing, or you're worried to the point of if it's possible that loss is possible, right? You and the divine have to have a discussion, have to have a good talk. Whatever you speak and whatever you believe is possible, okay? Impossible says I'm possible in the word, right? So whatever you think, it is. So if you think that you're going to continue to be seen as, not important or whatever, and you continue that for a very long time, the chances go up significantly where you experience that. And it comes in different forms. Sometimes we're manifesting all these things because of our thoughts. And the world knows. So that's why it programmed us through our school and did all these things to us so that we would manifest this reality. Okay? So you have to decide what you desire. What do you want to experience? Okay? Because fear is not here to hurt you, because it's a part of the duality. But it's here to, once you understand what you're fearful of, you can elevate yourself to rise above that fear. And then override it, right? Because fear is not something it has to disappear. That's like trying to make your shadow disappear. It's not about making these things disappear. It's about acknowledging that they're there so that you can overcome them and you can move beyond them. But it is very challenging at times to overcome that which affects you, that which weighs down on you. And so you have to take the time constantly to remind yourself that you can do it. You can do anything you put your mind to. You are so powerful. If the divine is within you, that means that you are so powerful. You are powered up. You are so powerful. And you have a spiritual team that was placed in your existence before you came to this world. And this team has been helping you along your journey. And you can ask for help, even more help. Some of you, you barely ask for help. Some of you just try to do it all on your own. And there are times where you're going to need some help, okay? And to overcome fear, you may need some help. Because it's embedded. It's already a part of this world. And there are things in this world that feed off of the fear. So if you want to continue to feed the fear, feed the thing that's feeding off of the fear, you can continue to be fearful. Or you can choose to say, okay, I thank you, fear. Thank you for this experience. I'm no longer in need of your services at this time. I am now in a space where I want to know why you exist for me and why you're weighing down on me so much. Because fear just it always is, right? So if it is always, right, that means that, you know, it's been a part. But sometimes we give it a lot more power. We empower it. We empower these feelings. We empower these thoughts. So you have to sit with yourself and get to know yourself. Go within to get why. Why am I so afraid of this thing? And it doesn't mean that it doesn't make sense. It makes sense. But you have to take the time to override whatever programming has been affecting you. Because if you know that God got you, then nothing should be weighing you down, such as fear, anger, worry. But because you're human, we're in these human vessels, right? Of course it will. Of course, because we're in a human body. But this is the time where you realize now that you have the power. So you just have to decide what state of being you want to be in. Okay? What state of mind do you want to continue to flow in? Because it's time to override the programming of this world. Be ye in the world, but not of the world. Many of us are not of the world. We had to be in it, right? Because we're born in it, but we're not in the world, but like in the world. I hope that makes sense. But yeah. So just because the world has customs and has certain ways of doing, right? That doesn't mean we have to continue to be like that. But yes, but fear is a big one, and we all struggle with it. And it's not to say fear has to disappear. Fear cannot disappear. We live in a world of duality. There's always an equal opposite to everything, right? It is just about being able to not allow it to control you. That's all. It exists, but understanding it taking the time to get to know why you feel what you feel on a deep level, not just a surface level. And then you're able to let it go. Then you're able to override it. Okay? So I encourage you and I thank you for tuning in. And I just want you to know that you're beautiful, you're wonderfully and divinely made, and you got the power. You just got to remember that and reconnect to that. So I send you much love and peace be unto you. Asheo. Thank you so much for tuning in. Blessings. Peace.